Hi, hello everyone. Let's learn some interesting topic today, ratios and proportions. Here I am here to teach you. My name is Dileep Kumar. In the picture you can see, what is this? 1 minute. 3 by 3 by 4th of circle and some piece of pizza like 1 by 4th of circle and a plus b by c. What are all this? Is that a ratio? Let's learn what is ratios and what is proportions first. Here we will discuss what is a ratio, how to use a ratio, how to simplify, what is a proportion, what is the meaning of proportion, properties of proportions, how to use proportions, and some mysterious problems. Let's learn one by one. First, what is a ratio? What is the meaning of ratio? A ratio is a comparison of two numbers having same unit. I will write one example. 3 is to 4. Let's some example with some deep meaning. 3 is to 4 meter. My laptop has size is 3 meter is to 4 meter. Here the meter will get cancelled. So 3 is to 4. This is the example of ratio. The ratio is a comparison of two numbers. So ratio can be written in three different ways. How? One, A to B, then second way, A is to B or A by B. So this number is called numerator and this number is called denominator. Got it? Here I will show you some example. 3 by 2. This 3 is a numerator and this 2 is a denominator. So 3 by 2 is a ratio. Here, because the ratio is a fraction, b cannot be a 0. So in the numerator, it can be any real number. But the b has some limitations. It can't be a 0. Why? If it is become 0 like 3 by 0 or 6 by 0 or 7 by 0, the whole fraction will become infinity or infinite. What is that? It is undefined, right? So b has some limitations. The numerator has some limitations like it can't be a 0. Here some important point. Ratios are expressed in simplest form. Keep it in mind. Ratios are always expressed in simplest form. Next, how to use the ratios? How? How to use the ratios? Suppose consider one rectangle which has 4 centimeter length and 1 centimeter width. So write this in ratio form. How? 4 to 1 or 4 is to 1 or 4 by 1. Right? 4 centimeter by 1 centimeter. So the centimeter will get cancelled. Right? So 4 by 1, 4 is to 1 or 4 to 1. Let's another example. So let's assume this 4 centimeter will become 8 centimeter and this width will become 2 centimeter. Will it be the ratio is still same? Yes, of course, it will same. Why? Because even though number is getting bigger, but the ratio is remain same. You can see centimeter will get cancelled. 2 ones are 2 fours are 4 is to 1. Got it? Even though number is getting bigger, but the ratios of length and width is same. Got it? Because it is increasing in same proportion. Let's learn first proportion, then you'll got to know this. One more example. The ratios of cats and dogs at my home is 2 to 1. I can either you can say 2 is to 1 or 2 by 1, right? In the example, they are not mentioned how many cats are there, how many dogs are there. But see, how many dogs and cats do I have? I don't know. We don't know. All we know is if they had start a fight, each dog has two cats. Why? Because the number of cats and dogs are in the ratio of 2 to 1. So, by seeing a ratio, we can say for each dog we have two cats. Even though we don't know how many numbers, but we can say how many cats are there for dogs for matching. Got it? Okay. Next, one more example. The ratios of boys and girls in the class is 12 is to 2, 12 is to 11 or 12 by 11. Here also, they are not mentioned how many boys and how many girls in the class. What they are mentioned? They are given only the ratio of number of boys and girls in the class. So let's learn with some examples. This means for every 12 boys, you can find 11 girls to match. So in the previous example also we have seen for each two cats, it's matching with one dog. Like that here also for 12 boys, here matching with 11 girls. Like that. Here there could be a just 12 boys or 11 girls, or there could be a 12 boys or 22 girls, or there could be at 120 boys or 120 girls. So number can be anything, but it has to follow same ratio. How? Here you can see 2 11s are, 2 12s are. See, the ratio is same. Even though number is getting bigger, but the ratio is same. Got it? Here I also 0 cancel. See, here also the ratio of number of girls and boys are same. That means 12 is to 11 only. Even though numbers are bigger, but the number of the boys and girls are same ratio. Got it? Got it. Next, how to simplify ratios. The ratios we saw all last slide were all simplified. How what is it done? Do you know how what is it done? I will teach you. Don't worry. The ratio can be expressed in fraction form. I already told you ratio can be expressed in fraction form. This is numerator, this is denominator. This is allow us to do math on that. So by using ratios, we will solve some problems in upcoming slides. The ratios of boys and girls in the class, the ratios of rectangle, the ratios of cats and dogs. Let's learn how to find the ratios first. Let's learn how to simplify the ratios. Now I tell you I have 12 cats, 6 dogs. Can you simplify the ratio of cats and dogs to 2 to 1? How? 12 by 6. So to simplify, first you have to find what is the GCF or HCF, highest common factor or greatest common factor of these two numbers. How to find this? First factorize this number. So 12 is equal to 12 factors are 2 into sorry 2 into 3. Here the 12 factors are 2 into 2 into 3. 6 factors are 2 into 3. So this 2 into 2 into 3 I can write as 2 square into 3. Right? Yes. So what is the common factors here? 3, 3 are common and 2, 2 are common. What is the lowest power of number? It's 2 to the power of 1. So 2 into 3 is equal to 6. So 6 is the GCF of 12 and 6. So once you find the GCF of these two numbers, Divide the GCF on both numerator and denominator of number. So 12 by 6 and 6 by 6. 6 ones are 6 twos are. That means 6 ones are and 6 ones are. So 2 by 1 or 2 is to 1 or 2 to 1. Here you learn how to simplify ratios. Let's try some other examples. So a person arm is 80 centimeter and he is 2 meter tall. In the beginning only I told you, in order to simplify any ratio, it should be in same unit. Even though the centimeter and meter are measuring length only, but they are not same. You know that 1 meter is equal to how many centimeters? 100 centimeter. How many? 100 centimeter. So in order to simplify, either you have to convert centimeter into meter or meter into centimeter. What? You have to convert either centimeter into meter or meter into centimeter. So let's find the ratios by converting meter into centimeter because it's quite easy compared to. Let's find out. So arm by height. We want the ratios of arm and height of a person. So what is the arm length? It is 80 centimeter. What is the height length? It is 2 meter. I told you 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So multiply 2 into 100. So it will become centimeter. So 2 into 100 is equal to 200. So write 80 centimeter as it is. So when the unit will become same, the centimeter will get cancelled and 0 will get cancelled. What is the HCF of 8 and 20? Let's find. Can I write 8 into 8 cube and 20 into 2 square into 5? Yes. What is the common factor on both the numbers? 2. What is the least common factor? 2 square. That means 4. 4 is the GCF of 8 and 20. So divide by 4. If we divide by 4, so 8 and 20 will become 2 by 5. This is the simplest form of 80 centimeter to 2 meter. Got it? Got it. Let's try some another method. R by height ratio. So the previously we have calculated by converting meter into centimeter. Let's convert here centimeter into meter only. So we know that 1 meter is equal to how many centimeters? 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So divide this 80 by 100. If we divide 80 by 100, the 0 will get cancelled. It will give remaining 8 by 10. 8 by 10 means 0.8. So it feels some difficult to divide this decimal fraction with this two. So you make it integer. How to make it integer? Multiply 10 on both numerator and denominator. If you multiply 10, nothing will change. It will not alter the result because we are multiplying same number on numerator and denominator. So once you multiply zero point 0.8 with 10, it will become 8, and 2 with 10, it will become 20. So what is the HCF of 2, 8 and 20? We already calculated. The HCF of 8 and 20 is 4 only. So 4 twos are and 4 fives are. So the simplest form of 80 centimeter to 2 meter is 2 by 5 or 2 is to 5 or 2 to 5. Got it? How to simplify ratios? Let's learn something. Let's learn some with examples. If the numerator and denominator do not have the same units, it may be easier to convert to smallest unit. So we don't have to work with decimals. Got it? If a decimals is, it's quite difficult to solve. If a decimal is not there, it is easier. So here the first example, 3 centimeter by 12 meter. See, here centimeter is there and here meter is there. So what you have to do? You have to convert into same unit. So we know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So convert the 3 centimeter into me sorry the 12 meter into 100. So 12 into 100 is equal to 1200 centimeter. So it will become 3 centimeter by 1200 centimeter. So centimeter will get cancelled. What is the GC of 3 and 1200? It's 3 only. Here I will write 2 square. Which is the 12 factors. Then 25 is 100 is 2 square into 5 square. What is common factor? It's 3 only. So divide 3 by numerator and denominator. So it will become 1 by 400 or 1 to 400 or 1 is to 400. One more example. 2 kilogram by 15 gram. Here the kilogram is there. So 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram. 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram. So convert the kilo into grams. So multiply into 1000. So 2 into 1000 will become 2000 grams. So gram will get cancelled. What is the HCF of 2015? It is 5. What is that? 5. So divide by 5. 5 3s are 5 400s are. So 400 by 3 is the simplest form of 2 kilogram by 15 gram. One more example. 5 feet by 70 inches. We know that 1 feet is equal to 12 inches. How many inches? 12 inches. So convert the feet into inches first. 5 into 12 is equal to, so 5 into 12 it will convert to inches. So 5 into 12 is equal to 60 inches by 70 inches. So 60 inch by 70 inch will get cancelled. 0 will get cancelled. So the simplest form of 5 feet by 70 inch will become 6 by 7. One last example. 2 gram by 8 gram. Do you need any conversion here? No, because the both are same unit. So gram will get cancelled. HCF of 2 and 8 is 2 only. 2 ones are 2 fours are. So the simplest ratio will become 1 is to 4 or 1 by 4 or 1 to 4. Let's try some another example. More examples. Here you can see 8 by 24. What is the HCF of 8 by 24? First find out that 2 cube into 2 cube into 3. What is the common here? 2 cube is common, right? And here also the least or highest power. So 8 divide 8 on both sides, numerator and denominator. So 8 ones are 8 threes are. So the simplest form of 8 by 24 will become a 1 is to 3 or 1 to 3 or 1 by 3. Here, one more question. 400 by 200. 0 will get cancelled. What is the HCF of 4 and 20? First find the factors. 2 square, then 2 square into 5. So what is the common here? 2 square only with the least power or highest power. So divide by 4 on both numerator and denominator. 4 ones are 4 fives are. So this ratio will become 1 by 5 or 1 to 5 or 1 is to 5. This is the simplest form of 440 by 200. One more example. What is the HCF of 27 by 9? Find the factors first. 3 cube by 3 square. What is common? 3 only. What is lowest? 3 square. So divide by 9. 9 threes are 9 ones are. So the simplest form will become 3 by 1 or 3 is to 1 or 3 to 1. Got it? 12 by 50. What is the factors of 12? 2 square into 3. 50. 2 square? No. Let's find factors one by one. 25, 120, 5 into 5 square by 2. What is common here? 2 only. What is least power? 2 to the power of 1. So divide by 2 on both numerator and denominator. 2 6 the 225 the. So the ratio will become 6 by 25, 6 to 25 or 6 is to 25. One last example. 27 or and 18. So find the factors part. 27, we know that already, it's t cube. 18, 3 square into 2. What is the common factor with least power? 3 square. So divide 9 on both sides. 9 twos are 9 threes are. So the fraction will become 3 is to 2, 3 to 2 or 3 by 4. This is the simplest form of ratio. Now on to proportions. Let's learn what is a proportion. A by B is equal to C by B. What is this? Here one ratio, here one ratio. Proportion is an equation that equates two ratios. What is that? Proportion will just equate two ratios. It will tell one ratio is how many times of other ratios. It is tell the relation between one ratio and another ratio. So, one example, the ratios of dogs and cats was 3 by 2. The ratio of dogs and cats now is 6 by 4. See, even though number is getting bigger, but the ratio is same. So that's what it's saying. The relationship of two ratios. It equating two ratios, right? 2 threes are 2 fours are. The proportion is an equation that equates two ratios. One ratio is how many times of other ratios. So they both are proportional to each other. Even though number is getting bigger, but they are in proportional. Got it? Got it. Properties of proportion. What are all the properties of proportions? First, learn cross product property. What is that? When you equate two ratios, if you write equals or is to or 2 in between two ratios, so if you multiply this numerator into this numerator into this denominator, the product will same. What is that? The product will same. That means 3 into 4 is equal to 12 and 2 into 6 is equal to also 12. The both are same. It tells cross product property. Got it? Next. So once you multiply any number with this numerator, this denominator, and this numerator into this denominator, these two are called means, and these two are called extremes. Got it? Got it. Next. Properties of proportion. Let's make sense of the cross product property. Let's verify first the property. Assume A by B is equal to C by D. It's on proportion. Multiply D on both LHS and RHS side. That means right hand side and left hand side. Okay. If you multiply, the D will get cancelled. Then what will remaining? A by B into D by C. Then multiply B numerator and denominator on LHS side both. So B will get cancelled. What is remaining? A by B, sorry, A into D is equal to B into C. Here it is verified. So A by B is equal to C by D will become A into D and B into C. Here the cross product property is verified. Reciprocal property. In the properties of proportion, it has some reciprocal property. Do you know what is the meaning of reciprocal? Let's learn that. So, if you write any number numerator into denominator and denominator into numerator is called reciprocal. So, a by is a ratio. I will write b by a. This is the reciprocal of this fraction. A by b is the reciprocal of b by a fraction, or b by a is a reciprocal of a by b. So here they are given an example. 3 by 2 is on ratio with 6 by 4. If you reciprocal, if you reverse or if you inverse, it will become 2 by 3 or 4 by 6. After inversing also, it is inversely proportionally to each other. Got it? Got it. Let's solve some unknown values using cross product property by equating two ratios. Here 7 by 2 is one ratio and 6. X by 6 is one ratio, but they are proportional to each other. We already know that it satisfies cross product property. So multiply this numerator into this denominator, multiply this numerator into this denominator. That means 7 into 6 is equal to 2 into x. What is 7 into 6? It is 4 into 42. What is 2 into x? It is 2x. So 2 ones are 2 21s are. So here the unknown value is 21. Got it? Next. Another example. 7 by 2 is equal to 12 by x. Solve for x. Let's apply cross product. Multiply this numerator into this denominator, multiply this numerator into this denominator. 7 into x is equal to 12 into 2. What is 12 into 2? It's 24. 7 into x will become 7x. So when you send this 7 to this side, it will come to down. So if it is coefficient multiple, it will divide this number. That means x is equal to 24 by 7 or 22 1. Got it? Next, 22 7, sorry. Solve for x. One more problem. 7 by x minus 1 is equal to 3 by x. Here the x is unknown value. We know cross product property. So multiply this numerator into this denominator and this numerator into this denominator. So 7 into x is equal to 7x and 3 into x minus 1. That means 3 into x is equal to 3x. 1 into 3 is equal to 3. So turn this to this side because this is bigger number. So 7x minus 3x is equal to 4x. So write minus 3 as it is in RHS side. So we want x, no, send this side. I already told you if it is multiplied a coefficient here, it will go down. So minus 3 by 4, x will become minus 3 by 4. Here we find the value of x using cross product property. Now let's solve some mysterious problems, some application level problems. If your car gets 30 miles per gallon, how many gallons of gas do you need to communicate to school every day? Understand the question? So, for 1 gallon of gas, you can travel 30 miles. How many miles? 30 miles. So, find how many gallons you need for communicating school every day. So, assume you're doing 5 miles to school and 5 miles you coming back school. So totally how many distance you are traveling? So distance you are traveling 10 miles per day. So 10 miles you are traveling per day. Got it? So we know 1 gallon you can travel 30 miles. So how many gallons you need to travel 10 miles? Find out that first. So let's be the number of gallons we need for a day that we don't know. Put at is x. So here are two ratios. We know that 1 gallon, with 1 gallon we can travel 30 miles, right? So how many gallons we need for 10 miles? 5 plus 5, right? Right. So gallon will get cancelled. Put it is x because it's unknown value. mile will get cancelled. So multiply using cross product property 30 into x and 10 into 1. That means 0 0 will get cancelled. 10 into 1 10. 0 0 will get cancelled. When it comes this side, x is equal to 1 by 3. So you need 1 by 3 of gallon. Just 1 by 3 gallon you need to travel to school every day. Got it? Next, with same question, with some adding some data. So you use up 1 by 3 gallon a day. So how many gallons would you use for a week? So assume 7 days in a week and 5 days your working days you're going to school. So one day you're spending 1 by 3 gallon. So how much for 5 days? It's very simple, no? So one day you are spending 1 by 3 gallon. So how many days? How much you will spend for 5 days? Both are in proportion. So the day will get cancelled and gallon will get cancelled. We don't know how much. So put it is t. So 1 by 3 is equal to 1. So 1 by 3 divided by 1 is equal to t by t. So it will become 1 by 3 into t by 5. Multiply this with this and this with this. That means this numerator into this numerator and this numerator to this denominator using cross product property. So 1 into 5 is equal to 3 by t. So that is t is equal to 5 by 3 gallon. Got it? After it will send to this, it will come down. So for 5 days, you need 5 by 3 gallon. Got it? Per week. One more question. So you use up 5 by 3 gallons a week. That means if you convert it to decimal form, it will become 1.67. That means 5 by 3. 3 ones are 3 1 the, then 2 carry, then 3 6 the, then 7 the. So if you convert it to decimal form, 5 by 3, it will become 1.6 gallons. So consider if a price of gas is $3.69 per gallon, how much would it cost for a week? Here we are calculating cost. In the previously we just calculating gallons, the number of gallons we need per week and per day. But here we calculating just the cost of the gallons. How much? Let's find out. Let's SP the sum of the cost of week. That means one gallon they are given $3.69. So what is the cost of 1.6 gallons? Let's put it x because we don't know the this one. So put it x as a variable. So unknown value. So gallon will get cancelled and dollar will get cancelled. After equating both the ratios, the both ratios are in proportions. So then multiply using cost product property. This is into this and this into this. Then this denominator into this denominator and this numerator into this denominator. So 3.6 and by 1 and s by 1.67. So 3.69 into 1.67 is equal to 1s. That means multiply this. If you multiply, if you round up, so the cost will become 6.16. So per week you need $6.16. Got it? In the previous problem you just calculate gallons, but here you calculated cost price of gallons. Got it? What are the topics we will learn today? Today we will learn so many things. Let's revise. So we learn ratios and proportions. What is the meaning of ratios? What are the three ways to express ratios and proportion? Then some examples with cats and dogs, some girls and boys, and simplest form of ratios, and how to write simplest form of ratios, and what is HCF or GCF, how do you find GCF, why do you need GCF for writing into simplest form. Then some problems, some unit conversions, some miscellaneous problems, and some more examples. Then finally we learn what is proportions, what is the meaning of proportions, some examples, and the main property cross product property, and using cross product we verified the cross product property, and what is and reciprocal property, what is reciprocal, and finding the unknown values using cross product property, and some mysterious problem. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my class.